Recently, the overpopulation issue in Ho Chi Minh City is becoming worse and worse. The rising issue needs some specific actions. What should we do with this problem? Watch us right now on Group 3 TV.
Hello everyone, my name is Minh Thư and I'm from Group 3. Welcome to our presentation. Today we will provide some information about overpopulation in Ho Chi Minh City. I hope that we can raise awareness what we should do to develop our city in a better way. And here the list of our group members. You will see them later in this present when they provide some useful information for you about the current issues. As you know, our Ho Chi Minh City is one of the most developed cities in Vietnam. It plays a crucial role for our country's economic development. In the previous decade, our city has become more and more populous, which also raised social issues and environmental issues. In order to help you understand this issue easily, here is our table of content. We will talk about each of those topics. In the end, we will provide you with some solution for our overpopulation issue.
In this part, we will present about each population and urbanization issue in Ho Chi Minh City, where is the one of the most important economic, financial, commercial service center in Vietnam. Let's start with the population in Ho Chi Minh City. Each involves three parts: population, population density, and population change. Firstly, about the population. Ho Chi Minh City reached over 9.3 million people. The number makes it become the most populous locality in Vietnam. Geographically, the city area is more than 2,095 kilometers square. Secondly, about the population density in Ho Chi Minh City. The population density is 4,375 people kilometers square. This number is currently 40.93%. Higher than the whole country, which is only 297 people per kilometer square in Vietnam. Finally, about the population trend, the main factor that contribute to the trend of Ho Chi Minh City population are migration, immigration, fertility rate, and death rate. Firstly, about the migration. Ho Chi Minh City is the most immigration city in Vietnam with 772,000 people, which has a mild climate, favorable natural conditions, and great geographic location for economic development. Secondly, about the immigration. The number of immigrants in this city was also very high, with nearly 130,000 people.
Although the population in Ho Chi Minh City is very high, most of them are immigrants and the birth rate is very low, just 0.74%. The reason for this phenomenon are unsustainable development and high cost living. Moreover, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the birth rate suddenly increased, but after the COVID-19 pandemic, the birth rate decreased significantly. In contrast with the birth rate, death rate in Ho Chi Minh City is very high. The reason for is because of air pollution and the COVID-19. 14,000 people are dead by air pollution and 17,293 is dead by the COVID-19. Now we consider the urbanization in Ho Chi Minh City. In the first period from 2010 to 2022, the population in Ho Chi Minh City in 2010 is 6,600 to 29 million, and the population in the Ho Chi Minh City in 2022 is 9,077 million people. Total the population
between this period is 36.928%.
And now we talk about the population growth rate or urbanization growth rate in the year of 2018 to 2019. So this two graph show us about this information. So the growth rate of 2018 is 3.48%, while its of 2019 is 2.77%. So when we take a simple calculations in here, we got that the growth rate, population growth rate has been decreased by 0.71%, and this is a huge decrease in 1 year. Here is the population growth rate in 2019 to 2022. So it's continued to be decreased constantly from 2.77% to 2.70%. And this trend is being predicted to be continued in the future as the population of Ho Chi Minh City has reached its peak. Despite lower population growth, Ho Chi Minh City overall population is still increasing and impact the environment. Uneven distributions of populations raise the questions about the factor affecting population density in different areas. In the next segment, we will explore whether the city populations is being distributed fairly.
When we talk about overpopulation in Ho Chi Minh City, as we know, overpopulation, also known as overabundance, occurs when a specific population exceeds the carrying capacity of its environment. Now we are going to the rate of urbanization in Ho Chi Minh City. We have the table below show 5 provinces with the highest urbanization rate in Vietnam, in which Ho Chi Minh City has the highest urbanization rate of over 80%. According to annual research in 2009, the population mainly distributed in the center of the city, in particular District 1, District 10, District 11, and District 4. The scientific group of overpopulation in Ho Chi Minh City reflects the bad situation about distribution of inhabitants. For instance, in District 4, it has the smallest district compared to the rest of the district in Ho Chi Minh City with an area of 4.18 kilometers per square, despite its population density is 48,578 people per kilometer square. It puts a lot of pressure on the environment, infrastructure, and social security.
Now we have Củ Chi, Bình Chánh, Hóc Môn, Nhà Bè, and Cần Giờ, which are the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City, are the lowest in population distribution.
And now I will talk about 3 main causes of overpopulation in Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is the economic, political, cultural, and educational center of Vietnam. This is also the gateway for international exchange of the country. There are also favorable conditions to attract the people to Ho Chi Minh City with 3 main reasons. The first one is jobness. Ho Chi Minh City is the economic center of Vietnam, providing a wide range of jobs and needing an abundant human resource for economic development. People migrate to the city, mainly to industrial zones to find work. This trend originates from the process of urbanization and industrialization. In addition, the process of converting from a centralized economy to a market economy is the leading factor promoting migrant workers today. The second one is state management mechanisms. The state promulgates a system of macroeconomic policies. Therefore, a huge demand for labor was created and then attracted migrant workers to the city. The third one is the need to change lives. Some people move to the city for a more civilized and modern life with better technical infrastructure. This group belongs to the group of working people who are in the city and settle permanently. And now we will go to the next part with the impact.
The overpopulation in Ho Chi Minh City leads to 4 consequences. Firstly, air pollution. The population growth has caused air pollution in Ho Chi Minh City, such that the vehicle has emitted 36.75% industrial activity and people's daily life contribute to over 58 million tons of carbon dioxide. And the second consequence is water pollution. The increasing population is one of the causes of this situation. Typically, about 70% of wastewater from industrial plants is not treated, but discharged directly into the environment, leading to the concentration of pollutants in the water exists in the permissible standard from 1.5 to 3 times. Thirdly, soil population is a consequence of water pollution. Moreover, the pressure of population growth and the process of industrialization and the modernization lead to the quality of this decreasing seriously. And finally, green coverage. The forest area is decreasingly narrowed by pressure from population growth and the process of industrialization and modernization. According to data published, Ho Chi Minh City's total forest area in 2019 and 2020 will decrease by more than 3,000 hectares compared to 2018, with an even forest coverage ratio of 50.9%.
That's all about the current issues that our cities is facing. And the questions remains that what can be done to address it and what can we do to help our cities. These are the pressing questions that we will delve into in the next 6 months.
Now we will talk about preventive methods. First, enhancing family planning and sex education for inhabitants in a subtle and serious way by using simple words and talking about sex as a common theme will help provide information and skill for people to acquire correct, knowledgeable, and responsible attitudes and behavior. As a result, they can avoid unfortunate cases such as unwanted pregnancy or miscarriage, which limit the problems of population explosion. Second, updating population knowledge such as demographics or determinants and consequences of population change will develop the capacity to assess the relationship among the quality of life, the reality of population change, and the consumption of resources in the present and future.
The one to mention is promoting investment in satellite cities. The development of satellite cities in urban areas can stretch people to the suburbs to help solve the problem of infrastructure overload, population density, and also solve the housing needs of the people. By creating more attractive jobs, investing in infrastructure and transportation or private land and tax policies, Ho Chi Minh City can encourage population migration to the satellite cities. And then, encouraging participation in environmental groups in each work and district. It is in order to raise population and environment awareness and come up with solutions to these population problems. And finally, the city council should introduce policies that restrict housing construction and also by surrounding lands to expand and develop nature reserves and open spaces.
The population's growth rate has declined, but our Ho Chi Minh City overpopulation is still dramatically bad. We need actions on individual, society, and government level to solve this problem. Noticing that this is not a trade-off between economies and environment. Instead, it should be a promotion of our action to develop our country in a sustainable way.